In this episode, you will learn the secrets to blowing your friends' minds with 5 incredible magic tricks you can do at home. Are you ready? I'm Jonas Jost. That's Magish.
Weird, right? Water straight through the brain. Here's how it works. Okay, so you're out one day with your friends and you've got a drink. I've just got a glass of water here and you need a straw. Now here's the secret. You know how you do that with a straw and you can actually trap water in there? Everybody knows that. Well, that's exactly what you're going to do now, because you're going to take a sip first and keep it in your mouth. Then when you dunk the straw in, you go on top. But the secret is you don't actually cover the entire hole of the straw, and that way it doesn't actually trap anything. So it doesn't trap anything, but you want it to look like it's trapping something. So take a sip. And it makes it look like it's gone straight through your ear, out your mouth, back into the glass. Then you offer your friend a drink. No, don't. That's gross. Very simple trick though. Give it a go when you're out. It's a lot of fun. This is a really cool card trick. Here's what we're going to do. They're all different. That's important. And we're going to use a straw because it's sealed. That comes in later. But right now, you need somebody to say a number between 1 and 10. Say they say 5. Cool. That's fine. I'm going to count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. Okay? That's exactly what I want the other person to do. So they come along and do exactly the same thing. They count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. That was their chosen number. So we're going to take the 5th card they chose, and that is the 3 of hearts. Cool. We're back in the deck of cards. They could have chosen any number between 1 and 10. Give them another shuffle. And we're going to use the straw, and we're going to magically jewel the cards all over the straw. Now hopefully this worked, because this straw, if we open it right up, actually has a playing card rolled up inside of it. And that card was their 3 of hearts. This is such a cool trick. Here's how it happens. Check it out. Secret's coming up. So, it's getting late, the crickets are chirping, and here's how I'm going to explain to you the magical card inside the sealed drinking straw. This is really cool. Check this out. You need a deck of cards and you need 2 of the same card. I've got 2 of hearts, and I've cut 1 in half because you only need half. Now, we're going to roll this right up as tight as you possibly can make it. So, roll it really tightly. Hopefully I'm getting this right. Oh, this needs to be really tight so it fits inside the straw. That's why we're only using half a playing card. And you want the 2 of hearts to be sticking out so they can see it at the very end of the trick. Okay, that's important. Now, we're going to come back to the card. We take our sealed drinking straw and we gently push it so that it pokes itself out without damaging the paper sleeve. And that's all you need to do. Now, we carefully take the rolled up card, make sure that it's still tightly rolled up. And we're going to try and get it into the straw. Now this is the tricky part. You really need to roll this tight. See, I haven't done it tight enough. So what I might do is, instead of using half a card, I'm going to use some safety scissors. If you're a kid, getting it out to help you to get rid of a bit more of that playing card, because you don't actually need it. And we're going to just roll up that little strip of card as tightly as we possibly can. Okay, let's try and get that into the straw. Here we go. That fits nicely. Okay, I'm going to get that right in there. Now you really want to be careful you don't damage the paper. Okay, I'm going to get that straw right in, and you want to be able to see the 2 of hearts through the straw. Now I'm going to use the inside of this pen to actually push the card as far in as I possibly can. This is the most tricky part. Takes a little while to get it right. Push it almost half the way down. And then we're going to push the straw back inside the sleeve. Now pull the sleeve right back up, and you just use a little bit of saliva at the top just to seal the straw again. And give that a second to dry. That'll seal the straw. You're ready to go. Now here's how we did it. To make the spectator choose the card we want them to, their card has to be on top. Now I say pick a card, a number from 1 to 10, they say 3. Doesn't matter which number they pick, you go 1, 2, 3. And that gets placed back on top. So now their card is in 3rd position. Now they have to do the same thing. They count 1, 2, 3. Now their card is in top position and they've chosen exactly the card you want them to choose. This is called a card force. Very simple to do. You go, okay, cool, put the 2 back in there, give them a mix up, bit of a shuffle. This can go anywhere and as messy as you like it to be. Make it look cool. Take the sealed drinking straw and just dribble the cards over the straw like that. Take the straw out. You can rip open the straw, pull it out, and you can show them that a card has magically been sealed inside the straw and it just happens to be their chosen card. The 2 of Hearts, isn't that pretty sweet? This will blow anyone's mind, and you can even give them the straw as a souvenir if you want to, but I wouldn't recommend it because they might cut it open and discover that it's only half a card. Enjoy that little trick, it's one of the really good ones. You might have seen this one before, but I really like it because it's very simple and it's using science, which mostly magic is. Check this out. Take a straw. Put it onto that bottle. If we watch real close, let it calm down for a second. Calm down. We're going to use the power of our minds to move the straw. Freaky, right? It's like a ghost is doing it. Weird, I know. Shh, here comes the secret. It's really simple. So here's the very simple explanation to magically moving a drinking straw with the power of your mind. You don't need this. You can use a drinking bottle or anything like that with a lid about this size. This is what I happen to have around. This is some blue food coloring. You really don't need that. But you do need one of these, a drinking straw, and it has to be in a paper sleeve because the secret to this is when you take the drinking sleeve off, you rub it really quickly and that creates static on the straw. Now you don't want anybody to find out that you just made static. So that's why you're not rubbing it on your hair or you're not rubbing it on your arm hairs or on lots of plastic on a balloon or something. You're just using the paper sleeve and that's it. And you gently put it on the bottle and you're just using your hand. Now sometimes it falls off and it might lose its static, but that's all you need. That's literally all you need. And then the pen, if you come close to it, slowly, magically move from the static that's on you. It's weird, right? But it really looks and feels like a ghost is moving. It's pretty cool. Makes you look like you have awesome mental magical powers. Give it a try. It freaks people out. This is the magical linking rubber bands trick. You've got 2 rubber bands. So I love this little trick. Check it out. Take these 2 rubber bands, rub them together, and hopefully if we get this just right, it should link up. Pretty cool, right? We can just grab them and slowly rub them and unlink again. Magical linking rubber bands. Here's the secrets coming up. Check it out. Okay, so here's the explanation to this very, very cool rubber band trick. You just need 2 rubber bands, and the secret, very, very, very hard to see, is on the back of one of these rubber bands. It's actually the head of a needle that's been embedded into one of the rubber bands. Now to make this, we actually have to get a needle and stick that into the rubber band very carefully. And then you will need an adult to give you a hand if you're a kid. You need some pliers, and with those pliers you actually cut the very end of the needle off. Now this takes a little bit of strength because all we need is just that sharp little bit of the needle sticking out into the rubber band. You want to make sure that it only pokes out on one end. That's really important. So it looks a little bit like that, and that's towards you, facing towards you, so the audience can't actually see that. Now from the back view, you're actually just hanging the other rubber band onto that needle. So it looks like the 2 have linked themselves together. Sometimes you have to be a little bit careful that it doesn't fall off, but that's what it looks like. It's so simple. And then you rub it apart and it actually looks like they're just rubbing straight through. Okay guys, here's a really great trick you can do with an iPhone or a smartphone. Check it out. Thank you very much. So I'm going to use my iPhone and I've got a photo here of some playing cards. Now I want you to try this at home. Memorize one of these playing cards. Do that now. You got it? Cool. Now I'm going to remove that playing card and hopefully I've got exactly the card that you were thinking of. Have a look. Did your card disappear? Pretty cool, right? Freaky stuff, I know. Here's the secret coming up. It's so simple. This is a very old trick and it's been done many times over the internet and really freaked some people out. So you can use a smartphone to do it because you need a camera and a big screen to show everyone. So here's the setup. It'll work on one person or it'll work on 1,000 people at once. It's really amazing. You need 5 different royals. Now what I've got here is the King of Clubs, the Queen of Diamonds, Jack of Spades, Jack of Hearts, and the King of Diamonds, okay? That's what I take a photo of. Boom. They are asked to memorize one of those cards. Then, I'm going to get another 4 different royals. Now, in this example, I've got the Queen of Clubs, the Jack of Clubs, the Jack of Diamonds, and the King of Hearts. So none of these 4 royals are anything like the 5 royals I had over there. So whatever royal they remember, it's confusing because there's so many royals, they'll only remember their royal. It won't be in the second batch, so you take a photo of this one. So now all you do is you've got 2 photos. Photo number 1 has 5 royals, and you can pick any royal out of this lot. It doesn't matter which one they pick, because when I change photographs, all I do is swipe to the next one. It's only 4 cards this time, so it appears like one card has vanished, but actually all their cards have vanished, and you've just replaced them with different royals, except your brain won't remember that. It'll only remember that your royal has vanished. So it's very confusing, but it works so well every single time. Enjoy it. It's a really cool trick. Try it on your dad. You'll be amazed how well it'll work. So there you have it. You've learned some super cool tricks. If you haven't already, hit the like button to the video, subscribe to the channel, and we are going to see you in the next episode for another whole load of super cool magic tricks that you can do at home to impress your friends and your family.